Welcome to Dreamers and Makers, SCAD grads who power the creative economy. Furniture designer Christian Dunbar embarked on his creative journey a little later in life. He came to SCAD in his 30s, ready for a fresh start. Today, his one-of-a-kind creations can be found in luxe Manhattan galleries, and each one starts with a slab of wood in a tiny shed in rural New York.
The pursuit of beauty can be a drug, both good and bad. In terms of work, it's a dragon. It can take control of you and not let go. My name is Christian Dunbar, and I am a furniture designer and a sculptor. When someone asks me what it is I do, I tell them that I make one-of-a-kind pieces out of one-of-a-kind materials. I usually work with natural materials and try and glorify their inherent characteristics in a way that creates functional art. I got into fashion and I was a model. I was traveling and living all over the world. I'm in my 30s. Life is grand. 2008 happens. I landed in a huge bucket of debt and had to start over. It was terrifying. I'm sitting on the computer and I see this ad for this school called SCAD. And I didn't know anything about it. It was like a cool bench that some furniture guy had made. I was like, that's pretty cool. And from that point on, I was all furniture. And then in undergrad, I added a sculpture minor. As a non-traditional student in my 30s, knowing that I had to claw myself out of this debt and having real important goals that I had to achieve, my target was on being as productive as I could be. The support from all the professors was there. It gave me a new life. Jobs that normally you work 10 years to work up to. I was able to go in and be successful in those jobs almost right out of the gate. On the flip side, also able to extend my own brand that I worked so hard to create as a SCAD student and propel that into now a brand that is shown in those galleries. My design process is a little wacky.
How strong are they?
They're pretty strong.
I've always been a fan of counterintuitive materialism. I want things to be unexpected. I also want the material to drive it because I think there is no better director than nature itself. When I'm out looking for my next project, I'm always looking for something with some sort of unexpected irregularity that really gives me a stage to perform on. The material itself provides that. Unexpected is my friend. Unexpected gives me the most to work with. And hopefully in a way that it becomes a little magical when you see it.
When he works on any piece, nature drives him. He follows her lines. I'm Genevieve Gorder. I am an interior designer. I am also Christian's wife.
She herself is an incredible world-renowned designer. I can really trust her point of view.
It's so dynamic. This is my favorite piece yet.
It's a pretty inspiring setup that I have in a little town called Mattituck, New York. To be able to get in a car, drive east and into truly the most beautiful, wildest, most open landscape to come to work gives me the opportunity to come with a fresh mind. That calm lets the mind work in a way that enables creativity at its best. The life of a working artist is different than most anything else. Can you go out there in this bucket of mud and make something pretty out of that? And let's say you make something pretty out of that bucket of mud. Now you gotta sell it. So the idea was the softness contrasting with the hardness.
I think the modern day client, when they think about luxury furniture,
There is always a passion or an interest in the story behind the maker or the artist. That's why it's so great to have Christian's work represented here. These pieces really are one of a kind. That's what luxury means today. I'm Jackson Gladden, and I'm the creative director of Lauren Marsh, which is a custom residential furniture showroom located in Manhattan. Christian's work at SCAD stood out to me because he had some kind of natural sophistication about his approach to material and a certain kind of sophisticated minimalism.
I have two pieces in Lauren Marsh currently. One is a cocktail table, one is a dining table. The dining table started as a single log of walnut that I had carried around for a few years. It ended up being two pairs of book match slabs that I then joined together. It has two reveals going down the center of it that are pretty unique. It has another gap at one end that I dealt with by inserting polished brass bars. It has a pearl white set of legs that are wrapped in hair on hide. It's a wacky table, but people seem to really appreciate it. It's probably unlike anything most people have seen.
I think that's always a creative issue. We usually have as creatives this huge right brain that is so swollen and oversized and amazing and emotional, and then our left brain is the size of a pea. Like, we can't do arithmetic. Christian is kind of overflowing in both categories, which makes him stand out both as a person and what he creates. You've never seen what he makes before, and he's never made it before. It's always a first.
If I could speak to 20-year-old me, there's certain things that I would tell myself. Be honest, stay honest, both as a person and as a designer. And don't be afraid of that obsession of the craft. I'm Christian Dunbar. I'm a dreamer and I'm a maker.